Good morning, boys and girls, and welcome to our first ever Peak Flicks. My name is Miss Duino, and I'm a fifth grade teacher here at Hillcrest and Peekskill. I like to spend my summers at the beach. I love to exercise, and I enjoy reading mysteries and historical fiction. I hope that we have an amazing summer together, and I hope that you are all enjoying your summers so far. Thanks so much for joining us for this amazing experience. The materials that you will need for today and every day are your Endangered Animals of the Sea book, some Post-its, a pencil, and your writing notebook. Each day we will have 2 lessons. We will have a lesson in reading. You will go off and do some independent work, and then you will come back for a writing lesson. Today I'm going to teach you how to read and comprehend some of our new nonfiction text, Endangered Animals of the Sea. Why do we need to know how to read nonfiction? We know that stories always have a purpose. Some of their one purpose is to persuade, one purpose is to inform, and the next is to entertain. Sometimes we remember this as pie. This week and next week, we are going to be focusing on inform. Because we're reading nonfiction, we're going to be looking for facts and information that is true. Some examples of nonfiction are biographies, autobiographies, essays, newspapers, news articles, speeches, memoirs, and diary entries. Fiction versus nonfiction. You might have started to already think about the difference between fiction and nonfiction when I mentioned that we are going to be reading nonfiction. In nonfiction, we're going to be reading true facts. We can read it in any order. It's going to teach us something. We want to become an expert on a certain topic. It's going to consist of photographs and text features. That will include a table of contents, photographs, headings, charts, diagrams, labels, captions, an index, and a glossary. And all these features are things that we need to know how to use to better understand and comprehend what we're reading. Let's begin reading Ocean Trouble. You'll find this on page 10 in your book. And as we're reading, I want you to pay attention to new information that you're learning. You're going to see that I have a Post-it next to the page, and here I'm going to jot down new information that I've learned. Ocean trouble. Why are ocean animals in so much trouble? A big reason is overfishing. People have fished for food throughout time. Scientists agree that's all right, but there comes a point when more sea life is fished than can be reproduced. The species begins to die out, and that's not all right. Overfishing. Most of the time, people don't mean to endanger a species. Usually, they have a sensible reason, such as getting food, for reducing a population. Catching fish is a good example. When just a few people catch fish, there are plenty more fish to take their place. But when thousands of people catch lots of fish, it can seriously affect the fish population. This is called overfishing. And when this happens, not only is the ecosystem affected, but fishers lose their job and people don't have fish to eat. Now I want you to watch me as I jotted down 2 new pieces of information that are true and that are going to help me become an expert on this topic. I jotted down 1, more fish life is being fished out than it can be reproduced, and the species are beginning to die out. You are going to watch me as I turn to page 11, and I'm going to do the same thing. Pollution. Oil spills, dumping trash, and excess chemicals all have terrible consequences on the health and well-being of life in the ocean, and all the rest of us too. The largest trash dump in the world is in the middle of the North Pacific Ocean. The Great Pacific Garbage Patch is hundreds of miles across. Ocean currents make it a catch-all for trash from around the world. And here is my new understanding of pollution. I jotted down that the largest trash dump in the entire world is the North Pacific Ocean. Okay, now boys and girls, you are going to go off and read your Animals of the Sea book for 20 minutes. You're going to jot down 2 to 3 new things you learned while reading on your Post-its. When you're done with that, you're going to come back for our writing lesson. Good luck. Welcome back, boys and girls, and I hope you found and read and learned a lot of new information about endangered animals. Today we are going to take some of that work and use it in our writing. By the end of our 3 weeks together, I'm going to show you how to write a persuasive essay. We are going to try and persuade our readers the effect that pollution has on ocean animals and ourselves. Why do we need to know how to write a persuasive essay? The purpose of a persuasive writing piece is to convince or persuade someone that our opinion is correct or valid. So we really want to persuade our readers why pollution is bad for not only us, but for also all the sea animals. So today we are going to just do a quick write about what we already know to get our minds thinking about what we want to learn. You're going to watch me, and then you are going to complete this on your own independently. You're going to answer the question, what do you know about pollution? Have you ever experienced the effects of pollution? Now, this is just a quick write, and you can add in any information that you already know, or if you have questions about pollution that weren't answered in today's reading lesson, you can jot those down and continue to do research at a later time. So now I'm going to model for you and show you what I wrote for my quick write answering these 2 questions. I find it really sad that some ocean animals are in danger. I love the ocean and it brings me so much peace and really has a special place in my heart. I can't imagine what the ocean would be like without some of the amazing animals that live there now. I can't imagine how I would feel if humans were intentionally trying to destroy my home. This has to stop. We need to save the animals. Now, boys and girls, you are going to continue doing this quick write on your own independently. You're going to answer the 2 questions. What do you know about pollution? And have you ever experienced the effects of pollution? I would also like to challenge you to ask some questions. You can jot them down right in your notebook. You're going to ask some questions that come to mind that you still want to research. Boys and girls, you did an amazing job today. Every day you are going to submit an exit ticket. Please make sure that you are doing that today, and I will see all of you tomorrow. Thanks for joining us.